Toy Spot. We're going to be having a look at Mezco Cinema of Fear Series 4, Debbie Stevens. Debbie Stevens is from Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4, The Dream Master. Also one of my favorite Nightmare on Elm Streets of the entire series. If we have a look at the packaging, probably the first thing you'll notice is the fact that the packaging is rather small. It's no longer the clear plastic clamshell casing that we were used to seeing with the other three waves. Instead, what we get is a much smaller card, and the bubble is adhered to the card, very similar to what the collectible figures and stuff were back in the day. And I gotta say, it's very nice that they've actually started putting these back on smaller cards. For one thing, it's a lot easier to get the figure out of the packaging. Usually with the clamshells, you have to cut them all out with a knife, and then go through a series of different twist ties to get all the accessories off. Much smaller, much compact as well. If you have these on the cards, it's a lot easier to have them on display because they're not occupying as much space as the other cards. So plus there. The features the posters as well from the characters in the series. So we have Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4, The Dream Master, as well as Friday the 13th Part 3D. There is only 2 featured because there is only 3 characters in the wave, and Debbie as well as Freddy are from Friday the 13th Part 4, or Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4. So there you go. On the back of the packaging, it shows the characters in the wave. So we have Debbie Stevens, we have Jason Voorhees from Part 3D, and then we have Surgeon Freddy from Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4, The Dream Master. I did pick up all 3 of these figures, and history usually will repeat itself. I know buying the previous waves of the Cinema of Fear, unless you jump on these right away, guys, the Jason more, I think Jason more than any other figure seems to skyrocket in price. If you have gone and tried to look for the previous Jasons from the Part 4 as well as Part 6, you'll know that they fetch a hefty price on eBay. I believe the Part 4 Jason goes for about $60 to $80 now. So I would advise, if you guys do see, maybe not so much the Debbie might be the peg warmer of the 3 figures, but I would definitely say if you find the Jason and the Freddy, more importantly the Jason, pick it up, because if you don't, it is probably gonna go up in price as the other waves. Not really talking about Jason here, we're talking about Debbie Stevens. So there is the packaging on Debbie. What I'll do is I'll open this figure up and we will get a closer look at Debbie Stevens. And here we have Debbie Stevens out of the package. I've already taken the liberty of putting her on the base, just because... Oh, okay. I was just going to say, just because I tried putting her and tried having her stand up, but she seemed to topple over quite quickly. As you'll notice as well, get first a detail image of the character's face. Unfortunately, Mezco, I don't think still has gotten down detailing just right. I would say it looks roughly like her, but I definitely wouldn't say it's a detailed piece. I would say NECA, if anything, is still the king of detailed figures. And I mean, Mezco I find is a little more stylized with the face sculpts. The Jason and the Freddys aren't too bad. The Jasons are pretty good. But I don't think it's as sculpted as nicely as what it could. But I'm not really complaining because it's not a core character. It's just a victim character figure. So you will also notice as well that I haven't attached her arms. She does come with human arms, but as you'll see, there's no indication. There is no way you can attach her arms. They're basically just standalone pieces. I would say if that's almost the shame in this figure is the fact that these hands would have been nice if they could at least attach, whether it be either be a peg or even just as a magnet, really. I mean, a magnet you could just pull off and put on kind of thing. But she does come with her cockroach hands, which I figured I'd leave off just so I could put them on as I'm doing the review so you guys can see her in her full form. And we'll just peg these into place here. There we go. As you see, with the arms on, she is extremely wide, and it may come into some problem putting her on display. It might be the case where you have to put her behind stuff just because she does have quite a reach to her. Articulation on this figure is extremely limited. She has some articulation in the head, and I say some because the hair really hinders a lot of it. You can pretty much move it from this way to this way, and that's about it. No real articulation in the arms, just because the moment you start turning them, I mean, you could turn them to some extent, I guess, really, but it seems like they'll fall out if you move them too much. There is articulation, some in the waist. So, I mean, you can get some movement in the waist, but I mean, pretty much everything else is just a statue. So, I mean, yeah, I guess you can't expect too much because the selling point to this figure was the arms. I mean, that would be the only reason why they would have released this figure. It almost begs the question why they didn't release a Nancy figure. If you were going to release a human figure from a Nightmare on Elm Street movie, it would have made sense to release Nancy, being that she was like the one that started it all. But at the end of the day, you know, you can't argue the point that I think of all the victims in all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, I think Debbie really got it handed to her. I mean, between working out and having her arms ripped off, then she got, started turning into the cockroach, then she got squashed. She did not see better days, that's for sure, and I guess she really, if anything, deserves the figure. The other accessory she does come with is a roach trap, which she got stuck in, and then eventually Freddy stepped on her and squished her all out. She also does come with a honey or some sort of adhesive base. I think it was like a honey base that she got stuck in when she was in the trap. But overall, it's not a bad figure. I would definitely say of the three, she is probably the least interesting just because of articulation and everything else. And I hope maybe this is a starting trend that Mezco is going to start releasing some of the victims. Maybe they could call it the victims line or something like that. And you could maybe put the girl that gets her head smashed in the TV in part 3. And I can't really think of any other ones that really stand out to me right now. But maybe the comic book guy in Freddy's Dead, maybe. Or was it Freddy's Dead or part 5? Anyways, that pretty much is the review on Debbie. I mean, there's not really much to say about her. I mean, the selling point really is the arms, and I think that's really why they released this figure. But hope you guys enjoyed it. There we have a toy spot on the poor Debbie from Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And with that, I'll see you guys next time.